Hey everybody, how's it going? We're on the Nerdstead, and for dinner we're making some smoked pork tenderloins. So the first thing about making smoked pork tenderloins is you have to get the smoker ready. So first things first, I'm definitely going to need some more chips in here, or pellets rather. We are using the Pit Boss Competition Blend pellets. This is a mixture of oak, cherry, maple, and hickory. So we're going to go ahead and get this hopper topped up. Oh yeah. That should be good right about there. It's about halfway full. Now this hopper on the Pit Boss 850 will hold 21 pounds of pellets. More than enough for the hour and a half to 2 hours we're going to be smoking. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bad boy turned on. And we are going to set the temperature on this down to 230. 230 should be perfectly fine for what we're going for. Bam. It's very important when you're starting your smoker to leave it open for about the first 10 to 15 minutes because you want to let that dirty smoke come out first. You want to have a nice clean smoke. You don't want to start with your dirty smoke. So we're going to let this run for about 10 to 15 minutes. And while we're doing that, we're going to head back into the kitchen, get the pork loins taken care of. I'll see you then. All right, got a little bit of barbecue juice here. You dads, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's get at it. We've got ourselves 3 boneless pork tenderloins. We've got a nice foiled tray here to put them on. Our hands are going to get dirty. I have gloves. We just moved recently. Don't know where those suckers are, but I got a stink back here. We'll be okay. So everything's gonna have to get washed, scissors, all that good stuff. These are our meat scissors. If you are in a kitchen and you don't have at least 2 pairs of shears, you should do that. These ones are for meat. We have another pair for just regular packaging. It saves you a lot of headache. So we get these cut open. Now each one of these is roughly about 2.5 pounds a piece. Wanted to make sure we got them in similar sizes so we have similar cook times. Another important thing to think about. So let's pull this big mamma jam out of here. And we got one more. Our hands are a little dirty right now, but that's fine. All wash away. You can't make good barbecue unless you get a little dirty. Let's be honest here, okay? So pull this out. Yeah. Plop. Okay, cool. So we have that all here. Got some paper towels, and we're just gonna kind of pat these dry a little bit. We want to kind of dry them up, get some of this excess moisture off. And it looks like these have come. Oh, well, hello. There's 2 tenderloins per pack. Unexpected, not unhappy. So let's go ahead. We're gonna have 6 total tenderloins. I thought these were a little big. They looked more like a loin when I was pulling them out. Now I understand why. That's fine. That's okay. Flip some of these over so we can get the back section as well. Looking at these, you want to inspect for silver skin. These look pretty well trimmed. Pretty happy about that. You don't want the silver skin. It's chewy. It's tough. Nobody wants a chewy barbecue. They want a tender barbecue. So, here we are, this patted dry. Yeah, man, we're gonna have leftovers, that's for sure. Another thing, when you're working in the kitchen and you're kind of doing the homestead thing, you should have a food saver. If you don't have a food saver, go out and get one. They're not super expensive. If you have a Costco membership, even better. So, got these patted dry. All right, I think I'm gonna wash my hands right quick, and we'll get back to seasoning these. All right, get our hands nice and dried off. Clean hands, clean kitchen, happy wife. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little play here on some brisket, you know what I'm saying? Got ourselves mustard as a binder, nothing crazy. As far as seasoning goes, we have this Kinders, I don't know how to pronounce it. If you know, please let me know in the comments section. I've just been calling it Kinders. We have their The Blend, salt, pepper, garlic, and smoked. That's all you need. Let's keep it simple. So I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of mustard, and we're gonna work that mustard in, and then I'm probably gonna have my wife come over and shake the seasonings onto this to help me coat it up nice and even, because I'm gonna have meaty mustard hands. And I don't think she would be too terribly happy with me touching the seasoning with meaty mustard hands. And I'm gonna have to, you know, flip it around and make sure everything's nice and evenly coated. It's just gonna be a hassle to keep washing my hands. So we'll move this over to here, and ain't nothing to it but to do it. Let's get mustardy. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a, oh actually, you know what? If I do the one hand method here, I can wet dry, you know? Yeah, look at me. It's almost like I've cooked before. One hand stays dry and clean. The other hand's mustardy pork. It is what it is. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now the mustard's not on here so much for developing flavor as it is just to give us a binder, something to stick to. Yeah. Here we go. That's the stuff. All right. Be generous with your seasoning. Be liberal with your seasoning. All right. So we're gonna get this nice, shaken up on here. Oh, I can see those granules of garlic. That's a beautiful sight. All right. Vroom, vroom. People are in full force today. It's nice outside. It's about 52 degrees here in northern Iowa today. Northern Iowa. It's about 52 degrees outside, so people are outside enjoying the nice sunshine. It's fine. It's gonna be like 30 tomorrow, so I don't know how that works, but all right. Seasoning coverage is looking good. Nothing too crazy. It's not like, you know, a brisket where you have like a thick pepper bark on the outside of it, or, you know, if you don't put pepper on your brisket, some people are just straight meat or just salt. But I'm getting a good coverage. It's not a thick crust. I'm not looking to get a thick crust on these. I'm looking for juicy tenderness and a bit of smoke. All right. These guys are looking pretty well spiced here. I think what we'll do is we'll come back when we're putting these bad boys on the smoker. I'll catch you then. All right, the smoker is up to temp, sitting at a nice 230, and we are going to be using a probe in one of these guys to make sure that we hit a nice 145 degrees internal temperature. I'm going to take a look. Probably going to be that big guy right there. All right, let's get this going. Open you up. We have this little side port here for our thermometer to come through. So, tip, everything that's over here by this exhaust is going to cook faster than things that are over on this left side. Your exhaust side's always going to be a little hotter, so just keep that in mind when you're smoking. So, grab this. Oh, you're heavy. You're a heavy boy. All right. Let's get these in here. There we go. This one right here is the one that I'm gonna temp. Try to get some of these smaller ones over. We'll move these as we cook. Actually, let's start moving them now. Move that over. This one's fairly thin. Move you, move you, move you. And let's not forget you. Whoa, you slippery little sucker. All right, well, let's put that back. So everybody's here. Everybody's a part of the party. We're gonna take our meat probe here, a little thermometer, and let's get that sucker in there. That's all she wrote. Let's find the handle. All right, so we're sitting at a nice 230. That internal probe is reading 62 degrees. I'm gonna set my phone because we do have Bluetooth capabilities on this grill. I'm gonna set my phone to 140 because we're gonna have about 5 degrees of carryover cook when we tent the when we tent this after we pull it off. Sorry about that. We're living out in the middle of farm country and there's farm trucks pulling by. Nothing I can do about that. We're gonna come back in about an hour and a half and check this. Should be close to done. 1.5 to 2 hours at the 230 mark, 230 degrees Fahrenheit, or freedom height for those of us here in the United States. And I will catch you guys when we come back. All right, everybody, we're back. It's a little bit darker out here, and the smell of cow poo is in the air. I really hope that doesn't affect the smoke. It is a bit stinky out. So we're pushing the 140 mark right now, and we're heating this up. You might be asking yourself, but you said 230 was gonna be enough. Well, I was thinking, why not glaze these? Why not put a delicious sticky tacky glaze on? And so what I'm gonna do right now is actually temp these guys, and you can see they are looking gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the firmness. But we're gonna temp them real quick, just to make sure. We got here 123, 125, 127, 128. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. 120, 120. Getting close to 130. Now this one's actually over the piece of the grill here. 133. Okay. How about you? 131. Okay. So we're gonna wait for. We're gonna wait a little bit. Let me close this so we don't let all this heat out. We're gonna wait a little bit longer. Then I'm gonna pull those, get them on the pan, let the smoker come up to 350, and then we're gonna top shelf them and hit them with some barbecue sauce to glaze. So I mix a little bit of barbecue sauce, a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of apple cider vinegar. It's just a store. Look, I'm not that bougie. It's a store-bought barbecue sauce. If you want to make your own, there's millions of videos on YouTube. You can find one to make your own. I'm going with a Kinder's barbecue sauce. I believe it is their barbecue garlic. Am I right?
I think so.
I think it's barbecue garlic. Okay. Wife, camera lady, nods in agreement. So, all right. I'm going to pull these, let this come up to temp. We're going to top shelf it, glaze them, and we'll be back to show you that. Catch you in a moment. All right, guys, we're back. Grill came up to 350 real quick. That's why we got the competition series 850. We don't have time to lollygag. Let's go ahead, slap some of this barbecue sauce on these pork tenderloins. Like I said, this is a little mixture. Got a little bit of honey, a little bit of barbecue sauce, a little splash of bourbon, and some apple cider vinegar. So we're gonna just brush a little bit of that on. Oh yeah, you like that, don't you? If I had smell-o-vision, you guys would be the first ones to get it. I'm gonna get a nice little slather, and I'm gonna put this sauce side down. I'm getting hungry just looking at this, okay? I'm gonna put this sauce side down and hit the other side. And we have it at 350, and that's just because I want it to have a hot enough temperature where this tacks up. We want it to get sticky and tacky. We don't want it dripping all over our heat shield. It's going to anyway, and there'll be a future video where I show you about cleaning your heat shield on your smoker. But I don't want to have to do that today. So let's, oh yeah, we're not gonna be stingy. Yeah, look at that. That is, I didn't get this size eating salad, boys and girls. Life is short, but barbecue is sweet. All right, that's good. I'm gonna set this off to the side here. We're gonna get this back opened up. Oh, listen to that roar. Do the roar. Get bonus points if you know what that's from. Oh, flip you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there we are. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. We want to be quick. We don't want to lose all of the temperature we just built. Just a thin, sticky glaze on here. Yeah, buddy, there we go. That's money. That's money right there. Mop it on. Just something nice and thin, sticky glaze. We made just enough. Just enough. Nothing left over. I'm gonna let that go for about another 10 to 15 minutes, let it tack up. That last little bit of cook. And I'll see you at the cutting board. Okay, guys. This has been harder than I thought it was going to, but we've given this about a good 8 minutes to sit here and come to temp. It was too dark to show you pulling it off the grill outside. Sun's down. But look at that. Look at that magnificence. So you might be asking yourself, Justin, what are you going to do with all this pork loin? It's just you and your wife. The answer to that is we have a food saver. I talked about that earlier. Half of this is going to get vac packed and it's going to be in the freezer. It's meal prep. It's done. It's easy. We'll be able to heat it up when we want some barbecue for a quick midweek dinner. So until then, though, oh, which one do we go for? Which one do you... This one? This one? Mm-hmm. This one? This one? This one. All right.
Hey.
This one right here. Oh. Ugh. Here we are. All right. Let's go ahead and cut ourselves some little nibbly tasteums here. Okay, you can see that we got ourselves a little bit of smoke there. A little bit of smoke. All right, nibbly taste moment. One for the camera lady. One for me. Dink it and sink it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's the Kinder's barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Roasted garlic. This is what we used for the base. Added a little apple cider vinegar, a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of honey. Whoo! Mm-hmm. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's real good. Got some steamed veggies over here in the little microwave steamer. We're in there, guys. That's it. Yeah. That's the second meal that I've got to cook on this Pit Boss 850 competition series smoker. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to do it yourself, you should, and comment your experience in the comment section below. This is Justin at the Nerdstead, and thanks again, neighbor. See you next time.